candles feel? Do you remember that night under the quarter moon when we danced like fools? The world was right and the world was new. Now you're counting the miles between the lost and the found. How far can you go till you can't turn around? How far can you go till you can't turn around? Day off and every spare hour at hardware stores across North America, and the reason for this is that I managed to procure enough money to get a little down payment together for a house in Winnipeg, and that's where I've been living for the last little while. And it's a place where songwriters can actually afford homes. It's wild, you know, it's a miracle. And I'm proud of this house. In real estate, they might call the house intimate. You know? And the house has got some interesting features. It's got all these windows that kind of wrap all around the back side, and the house actually gets like 40 miles a gallon, which is nice. It's hard to find a house with anti-lock brakes, you know, but no, I did manage to buy this 700 square foot house, and I have been dreaming about renovations and spending all this time in hardware stores all over the place. And if I have a really good night on the road, you know, if I played Saskatchewan somewhere like Langenberg last night or like here tonight, I'll end up looking at lumber and pricing it out. Like maybe I could really put a brand new kitchen on the back of my house and make something I was really proud of, you know. If I have a rough night, if I play somewhere in like the Okanagan Valley or something like in BC, never had a good show there, I'll end up kind of wallowing around the paint section, contemplating shades of lavender and thinking maybe I could just paint the kitchen I have, you know, be happy enough with it. So there I was, this is a true story, one Sunday morning in Kelowna, BC at the Home Depot on the hill, wandering around the paint swatches, dazed into these different pastel colors, and a man walks up wearing that big pumpkin orange NDP Home Depot outfit, you know. He sticks out his hand and offers me a formal introduction. He says, "The name's John, and I'm going to help you pick your paint color today." Straight away, I noticed his accent. It was from the Carberry Hills of Manitoba. There's this particular Carberry drawl, and that's where my family used to farm back in the day before they lost it. And I knew he must have known some of my family, and so we hit it off. John and I, we fell in love. It was instantaneous. And I remember just wandering around the aisles, and finally by the wall of hammers, you know, he decides to stop and set a point in a new relationship when you need to figure out the other person's moral compass. You have to ask yourself if this is going to go any further, you know. So he stops, he looks at me square in the face, and he says, "Dale, what are you doing here?" You can imagine, we're simple people from Carberry. I didn't understand him, and I said, "I don't know, John, it's Sunday morning. I had a rough show at the bar last night, and just kind of here to wallow, and I was having a good time wandering around with you, you know." And he said, "No, son, you got me all wrong. It's Sunday morning. Why aren't you at church? You know, I know where you're from." Got all worried and guilt-ridden all of a sudden. Then I kind of shook it off, and I said, "You know, John, isn't it a lot worse to work on the Sabbath? To not go to church at all?" I will quote John for you directly. He looked at me again and he said without hesitation, "Yeah, son, I gave that shit up, but you look like you could use it." Farmer John got a job in the city, mixing paints at the Home Depot. Got a chip on his shoulder, carries it around with him everywhere he goes. He misses praying for the rain, waiting for the spring. Something about change and everything it takes away. and heart. Got a funny feeling, got no place to start. All this holding out is just a little like holding on, walking on the right side of the wrong. Well, she was roly-poly and able. He hired her on under the table to clean the bathrooms and vacuum and run the laundry machines. Before they knew it, they were drowning in a romantic dream. Love might find you in the basement, way up on top of a tree. If you're lucky, well, you might get to feel it as strong as Peter and Jimmy. They knew it was love without a doubt or a question. He was a turkey and she was the dressing. And the first night they spent up in room 203, making true love even truer, watching church on TV. Holy love. Love might find you in the basement, way up on top of a tree. And if you're lucky, you might get to feel it strong as Peter and Jimmy Lee. If you're lucky, you might get to feel it strong as Peter and Jimmy Lee. Love.